components, that is manpower planning, human resource information system, training and development. Other components have included succession planning, motivation, socialization and training infrastructure. Whereas manpower development is commonly referred as the human resource development, which is an ending process for the enhancement of skills and knowledge of the employees for their better performance in IT environment to achieve the organizational goal. Significance of the study: human resource is an important factor in any success organizational. HR department needs to be HRIs in place. Training process need to be standardized. Along with that, adequate training must provide to the employees for various IT enabled services. As today's in cutthroat competition, UCBs needs to have some manpower development for sustain. This is some reference I got from the Maharashtra Times. Here Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that though there is a technology, we require a manpower development and their resource. Statement of the problem: urban cooperative banks needs to focus on manpower development in IT environment, in IT in general. Along with that, it is necessary that they should implement the HRIs in the HR department. Otherwise, employee may have the overburden and dissatisfaction. This is the scope of the study. Sectorial scope was with the UCBs with the CBS implementation. Geographical scope was limited to Pune and Mumbai region. Topical scope was limited to IT department in the IT environment. Analytical scope was limited to fulfillment of the objectives and the frame studies hypothesis. Functional scope was limited to HRD efforts in IT enabled UCBs. This was researchers' views. We have totally analyzed the 14 PhD theses and 74 research papers. From that, we identified there was no research on manpower planning in IT enabled UCBs. Further, there was some research on HRIS, but cooperative sector was not covered. Many research articles found on training and training process followed by corporate sector, but cooperative sector was not focused. Further, research was not found on training to employees for various IT enabled UCBs. Research on some components were identified like succession planning and motivation, whereas training infrastructure and training process was not covered. This was the 6 objectives of my study: to find out the manpower planning methods followed by IT enabled UCBs, to identify the problems faced by the bank for the manpower development in IT enabled UCBs, to study the HRIs and its level of implementation in IT enabled UCBs, to study the training process followed by IT enabled UCBs, to identify role of training, motivation, socialization, succession planning and training infrastructure on manpower development, and at the end we are going to suggest a manpower development model for IT enabled UCBs. These were the 4 hypotheses we have constructed. The current IT manpower planning is adequate in IT enabled UCBs. Motivation, succession planning, training and training process, training infrastructure, motivation, socialization, succession planning and training infrastructure do not impact manpower development. HRI's implementation is not in infancy stage in IT enabled UCBs. The extent of trained and skilled manpower required for IT enabled services is adequate in IT enabled UCBs. This was the research structure. Literature review was conducted on the various PhD theses, published articles on national and international journals. Along with that, we refer the cooperative bank reports and the various articles published. Further, formal interview and structure questionnaires were used as an instrument for the data collection. Total data sample size was 654. Random sample technique was used. A convex alpha test we used for the scale reliability. Test and retest we used for the data reliability. We conducted the pilot test and MS Excel used for the statistical analysis. Further, hypothesis testing we used SPSS version 20. This was the expected IT manpower we identified with the various experts from the bankers. This was the total structure of the IT department. It's required general manager, deputy manager and manager IT. Along with that, it requires assistant manager, network administrator, security. Like that, 14 posts we have jot downs. Along with that, we are collected some functional areas where we require network administrator, security administrator, manager IT, system analyst, database administrator and delivery channel managers. These are the 6 posts must be there in the IT department if cooperative banks are implementing the CBS. Observations from the data analysis: in case of manpower planning, most of the banks are going for only for the bank expansion method. This was the analysis we identified. Small cooperative banks always goes as per the bank managerial decision, whereas 50% banks are only implemented the HRIs report. In case of medium-sized IT enabled UCBs, banks are going for as per bank's norm and bank expansion, 66.3%. Now, problems in manpower development. We identified that absence of manpower planning and development policies in medium size and small size IT enabled UCBs, whereas whereas small size UCB says that they are facing age staff problem and along with the lack of skill required for the IT environment. In case of HRIS implementation, it is observed we have around 22 heads for the various HR modules. They are managerial level and operational level. From that, some we jot down here. That is called daily attendance, salary administrator, leave management, performance appraisal, employee record books, communication to employees for memo, appreciation, internal notices and RBI. In this case, large size IT enabled UCBs have fully implemented two modules. They are called as the daily attendance and salary administration. Whereas 50% large IT size UCBs have implemented leave management and performance appraisal and employee record book. Further, small cooperative banks have totally ignored the other models and they have 66% banks have only implemented the daily attendance and salary administration. In case of medium size UCBs, partially HRIs are implemented, that is called as a 33.7%. All defined research components have the positive impact. As from the multiple regressions, we identified the beta value, which says that if succession planning increased by 1 unit, the manpower development in large IT UCBs may increase by 0.175 and same is applicable for others. In case of medium size UCB, it is 0.226. In case of small size UCB, it is 1.98. If motivation is increased by 1 unit, then large size UCBs manpower development may increase 0.092. In case of medium size, it will 0.298. In case of small size, it is 0.275. If socialization increased by 1 unit, then manpower will develop 0.152 in case of large UCBs. In case of small UCBs, it is 0.15, and in case of small, it is 0.218. Training infrastructure also shows a positive impact on manpower development, where in large UCBs it shows 1.878. In case of medium size UCBs, it shows 0.22, and we are not able to identify any positive impact of the training infrastructure in small size UCBs. This is the significant value we got, where we saw that all the values of socialization, succession, training infrastructure and motivations are 0.0000, whereas motivation is 0.15 in case of manpower development in the large size IT enabled UCBs. In case of medium size IT enabled UCBs, we identified 0.001 in succession planning, 0.10 in socialization and 0.44 for training infrastructure, and motivation for 0.00 for manpower development in medium size IT enabled UCBs. In case of small size IT enabled UCBs, the values were identified 0.044, 0.20, 0.005. In case of training infrastructure, value was not less than 0.05, it was 0.246. Hence, it has not showed any positive impact on manpower development in case of small size IT enabled UCBs. Whereas, training process must be followed by the UCBs. From the analysis we observed, discussion with supervisor is the most popular method in the large size of IT enabled UCBs. Usually 51.4% they used to take the training need assessment, 21.4% they use the design of training program, and 49.1% the training impact analysis we used to carried out by the large size of IT enabled UCBs. In case of medium size IT enabled UCBs, discussion with supervisor was 51.38 and training need assessment usually 37.6%, design of training program was 30.4% usually, and training impact analysis was 41.4%. In case of small size IT UCBs, 43.4% the employee feedback used to take for the training need identification. Usually 30.4% was training need assessment done, and design of training program usually was 32.6%, whereas training impact analysis was 52.2%. We further asked whether employees have trained for the various IT enabled UCBs. We have got this answer. In case of large IT-enabled UCBs, most of the services or employees were trained at the moderate level and employees were trained at the low level for net banking services, which is 26.8%. In case of medium-sized IT-enabled UCBs, there are skills to handle customers and telephonic queries. These are the two trainings given to employees at high level. Remaining have given that at moderate level, whereas we identified mobile banking and net banking has given the low priority. In case of small-sized IT-enabled UCBs, it is observed most of the services has given the low priority, whereas moderate priority has given for the software and hardware and data security and parabanking services. Hypothesis testing. We have used the t-test to test the hypothesis number 1, as it is an inferential statistical test that determines whether there is a statistical significance difference between the means of two groups. We identify that p-value is greater than 0.05, hence null hypothesis is accepted. In case of medium size and small size UCBs, the p-value was less than 0.05, hence alternate hypothesis was accepted. This was the test result we identified from the test. Here we can see that p-value is 0.04 in case of medium size UCB. The p-value was 0.007 in case of small size UCB. There was 100%